Allergy Dragon. My name is Martha, and today I'm going to be sharing with you my apple and spice dressing or stuffing. Thanksgiving is right around the corner, and I am so very thankful that we have got gluten-free alternatives. It's better than it was 10 years ago, even 20 years ago. I was diagnosed 20 years ago, but I was diagnosed 10 years ago. So with that being said, I want to share with you this recipe, and we're getting ready to start that right now. Before we get started on the ingredients, go ahead and subscribe and ring the bell. That way you get more content from me. So down in the description, I'll have a link to allergy-dragon.com, which will have the recipe and all my substitutions that I use. Our recipe is as follows. I've got 1 cup of chicken broth, or you can use vegetable broth. I've got 2 to 3 apples here that I went ahead and cored. I did not peel them because I like the peels on them. I've diced those. It's going to give you about 2 cups. I have 1 large red onion. I diced that up, and it's going to give you about 1 cup. I got 1 large carrot, and I diced that up as well, and it's going to give you about 1/2 cup, okay? And then I have about 2 stalks of celery, pretty big, and this is going to give you about 1 cup once you dice that up. I got 4 tablespoons of a butter alternative or olive oil, that kind of thing, but you need about 4 tablespoons of fat. Well, next we need bread. So gluten-free bread, about 15-ounce loaf is about a normal loaf. Sometimes it's about 13. So between 13 and 15 ounces. If you would rather use cornbread, you can do that as well. I'll have a link to my recipe if you want to make some cornbread and make some cornbread stuffing. I'm just using regular bread. It's obviously gluten-free, but what I call regular bread. I have a mix of a Hawaiian bread and a beef-free bread. So our seasonings are as follows. I have 1 tablespoon of parsley. I have 1 teaspoon of basil, 1 teaspoon of salt. My salt's a little high here because I'm using a low sodium broth. You may have to adjust that to your taste. 1/2 teaspoon of pepper, black pepper, and then I have 1 teaspoon of ground sage, and then I have 1/2 teaspoon of ground thyme, and then 1/4 teaspoon of nutmeg. Okay, now it's time to get started, and this is actually a very quick recipe, so let's get started. So we need a pan. So whether you're using a vegan butter or an olive oil or a regular butter, go ahead and put that in the pan so it can start to melt. It is over medium heat. And this is almost melted. And your pan doesn't have to be scorching hot. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put my carrots in because the carrots take longer to cook. I'm going to go ahead and put the celery in. Okay, then we've sauteed the carrots and the celery for about 5 minutes. We're going to go ahead and add the onions. We let this saute for about 5 minutes with the onions. Now we're going to go ahead and put our seasonings in. Just dump all the seasonings in and give it a quick stir. Okay, then we sauteed the apples with the herbs and everything for about 5 minutes, and this is what we got right now. Okay, then my neighbors are home and it sounds a little bit loud upstairs, and I'm not sure what's going to be picking up. So we're going to hurry up and try to get this in the oven real quick, and I often wonder what they think when they hear me talking to myself. But oh well, we're not going to worry about that right now. We're going to get this done real quick. Okay, so we're going to throw our sauteed vegetables and apples with the seasonings and oil, and we're going to throw our bread in a bowl with our broth, and wow, that's just going to spin. And we're going to mix this up, and we're going to put it in a pan, and the oven is preheated for 350 degrees, and we're going to cook it for about 25 minutes. Okay, we have our vegetables in here. Like I said, I hear them up there, so oh well. It's the joys of YouTube, right? Bread's going in. And then we're going to put the broth in. We're going to mix it up real well until it's really well incorporated. Now it's going to seem a little bit dry. You can always add a little bit more. If you like a wetter stuffing, you can do that. I don't like it too wet. Plus, you still have time left on your vegetables that are in here and the apples, and they have quite a bit of moisture in them as well, so that will continue to escape while they're cooking. Okay, now we need a pan. I greased this one so that I could use it for this. So you could put this as a stuffing, actually stuff the bird with it, and then of course you have to make sure you cook at temperature, but you're going to still have to pre-cook some of the vegetables and that kind of thing. Okay, and I just mush it down a little bit. We're going to go put it in the oven, like I said, for about 20 to 25 minutes. I like mine to be kind of crispy on the top, so you may have to decrease or increase it depending on your altitude and how well done you like your stuffing. Okay, and it's ready, and I think it looks pretty darn good if I do say so myself. So my apple spice stuffing, dressing, whatever you want to call it, is ready to go. And we're going to eat. Still hot and steamy. Just came out. I'm trying to get a bite of everything. I said it's still hot. I'm trying to get a bite of everything. Super good. Okay, I'm really thankful to have Allergy Dragon to be able to share all of my tips and tricks and recipes and our journey together, so that way you can not feel as alone, and I don't feel as alone because at least I can talk to you all, right? So I hope this recipe helps you tame your allergy dragon. Please let me know in the comments below if you make it for Thanksgiving, and maybe you just make it anytime you want to because it's that good, okay? Go ahead and subscribe and ring the bell. That way you'll get more content from me. Like this video if you liked it. Links will be down in the description below. That way you can actually go follow me on social media. I post things there as well. Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Okay then, I will see you, and bye.